Welcome back, food lovers. Let's start with a simple marinade. We'll use about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Then add some chicken seasoning, a bit of Italian herbs, some paprika, a pinch of salt. Don't forget about black pepper. Now mix everything well. Nothing complicated here, but it gives chicken amazing flavor. By the way, watch this video till the end, as I've got an important announcement for you later. Let's move on to the chicken. I'm using about 6 thighs here. Now pour the marinade over the chicken. My name is Mary, and I'm really happy you're here. I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments below. Now use a brush to spread it, and make sure every piece is nicely coated. Take your time here, as this is where the flavor starts. I enjoy this part. It's actually quite relaxing. By the way, do you enjoy cooking? Or is it more of a daily routine for you? And don't forget the other side. Now flip them over. I'm kind of curious, do you usually cook chicken often at home, or is it more something you make from time to time? I feel like it's one of those ingredients, like, you can cook in so many different ways, and it still turns out good. Like, sometimes I keep it really simple, just a few spices and that's it. And other times I try something new like this. It really depends on the mood. What about you? Do you prefer quick recipes, or do you enjoy spending a bit more time in the kitchen? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's move to the pan. Add a bit of butter. Let it melt. Now place the chicken into the pan, one piece at a time. You should hear that nice sizzle as it hits the surface. That's a really good sign. Try not to overcrowd the pan. Give each piece a bit of space so it cooks evenly and develops a nice color. You can already smell all those spices coming through. It's going to turn out really good. Let it cook until you get that nice golden color. Now turn them over. This is actually one of my favorite parts, just letting everything cook slowly. You can hear the sizzle, and you don't really need to do much. It's kind of a nice break in the middle of cooking before everything comes together. While that's cooking, let's prepare the potatoes. Cut them into thin slices like this. They don't have to be perfectly even. I like using potatoes here because they absorb all the juices, and that's where all the flavor goes. They also make the dish a bit more filling, so it works really well as a full meal. You can slice them a bit thicker or thinner, depending on what texture you prefer. Thinner ones will cook faster and get softer, while thicker pieces keep a bit more bite. I usually go somewhere in the middle, just so everything cooks evenly in the end. Once the chicken is nicely cooked on both sides, go ahead and take it out of the pan and set it aside. And now add the potatoes into the same pan and give them a good mix. You want them to pick up all the juices left from the chicken. That's what gives them so much flavor. Let them cook for a bit like this so they start to soften and take on some color. This step really makes a difference in the final dish. Now let's move on to the garlic. Just chop 2 garlic cloves into small pieces. Garlic is one of those ingredients that's both flavorful and actually really good for you. It's been used in cooking for a long time, and somehow it always makes dishes better. Even a small amount can really change the taste, and once it starts cooking, the smell is amazing. It's simple, but it makes a big difference in the end. Go ahead and add the chopped garlic to the pan, then mix everything well. Now we'll need 1 onion. Just slice it up like this. Dear food lovers, I'd really love to have each of you as part of this journey. So if you enjoy simple recipes like this, you can subscribe and stay with me here. It really means a lot. Let's add the sliced onion to the pan and gently mix everything together. Next, 1 red pepper. Just remove the seeds and cut it into pieces. I like using red pepper here because it adds a bit of brightness to the dish, both in flavor and in color. It makes everything look more appetizing and gives a nice contrast to the other ingredients. Sometimes small details like this really change how the dish feels in the end. Add the pepper to the pan and let it cook for a few minutes until it softens nicely. Next, 1 carrot. Just slice it like this. I feel like carrot is one of those ingredients that's always somewhere in the kitchen, even when you're not planning anything specific. It's simple, nothing fancy, but somehow it always finds its way into a dish. Maybe because it just works with so many things and you don't really have to think too much about it. Let's add in the chopped carrot and let it cook for a bit until it softens. In the meantime, let's chop 1 eggplant. Just cut it into small pieces. Fun fact, did you know that eggplant is actually a fruit, not a vegetable? It's in the same family as tomatoes and peppers, and technically it's considered a berry. Not something you think about when cooking, right? And I'm curious, do you know any interesting facts about fruits or vegetables? If you do, feel free to share them in the comments. Go ahead and add the chopped eggplant and let it cook until it softens. Add a little salt just to your taste. And a little black pepper. Next, 2 stalks of celery, cut them into smaller pieces. I think celery is quite subtle, but it adds a fresh note to the dish. It's one of those ingredients you don't always notice right away, but you would definitely miss it if it wasn't there. Add in the celery and mix everything together. Next, I'm using 2 small tomatoes. Just cut them up like this. Another fun fact, tomatoes weren't always used in cooking. A long time ago in Europe, people actually thought they were poisonous, so they were grown just as decorative plants. Now they're in almost everything. Yeah, and it's hard to imagine cooking without them. Once everything is cooked, take it off the stove and transfer the vegetables to a baking dish. Dear food lovers, as this channel is growing and we now have people watching from all around the world, I've been thinking about something. What if we had a community recipe day? Maybe once a month I could cook a recipe suggested by one of you. If you like that idea, let me know in the comments or vote in the poll under the video. And if it feels right, I'd love to make it happen. Place in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for 30 minutes. Yeah, and for the final touch, chop a bunch of parsley. And that's it. Our dish is ready. Serve it up and enjoy.